Hey, it's Mac with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and it's Tuesday. It's August 6th. This will be our chart lesson for the day, and I have to apologize up front. I already did this chart lesson once. I spent about 30 minutes on it, a lot of trades, talked about a lot of stuff, and then during the while I was processing the video, it just crashed and I lost the video. Maybe it was too long. I don't know. But I don't have the time or the energy to go back through and talk about every one of these trades again. So I apologize. At least I still have the chart. You can see my chart. You can see the trades. I'll back out a little bit and go through it, but let me just show you the big picture real quick. You had this early rally off the lows, but most of the big move today was in the overnight. Then we kind of had a short-term trend down, but when we corrected from here, you want to start looking for measured moves. So I'd measure this leg first, and if you do, that's basically what we had. We basically had a perfect measured move based off of this right here. So you start there, and you can see that was basically a perfect measured move. But if you kept going higher, then you would measure from here. And same thing, you bring it right over to this lowest point right here. And then if you still continued higher, you'd take your third target. You can never grab the right one. Measure that, and then drag that over to this lowest point right here. And you can see that would have put you way up there. We didn't even get close to that. We did reach that first target, and then that was pretty much it for the day. But that's pretty common on a big, strong early leg like this. Then you get a correction, and wherever you correct from, you know, you measure and you look for your next leg up, and we got that. So we took some of the sell-off back from yesterday. This is where we closed yesterday. So there is a gap on the daily chart. We may get some more sell-off. I wouldn't be surprised if this correction is not over. We might move into a longer-term correction. We don't know. All we care about is today, and tomorrow all we'll care about is tomorrow. But you can see the trades there. The other thing I wanted to talk about was this is swinging back and forth above and below the EMA. So technically you can trade this both ways. If you notice, most of the trades, it really, especially from about here on, are to the downside. There's one or two longs in here, maybe a green or two. And the reason is this still has a downward bias, but it is swinging back and forth below and above and below the EMA, so you can trade it both ways. It's range-like, but the sad part or the hard part is it doesn't have consistent lows. Notice we're making lower lows and we're making lower highs, so that's technically a trend. It's just a very weak correction. And it's been very volatile, so a lot of the signal bars are very large. So you got to be real careful trading this stuff. It's great because there's a lot of great opportunities, but at the same time, it doesn't take but one mess up and you can get wiped out quick. So don't be breaking the rules on your stops and so forth, especially on days like this. I've had the question a few times, what do you do about the signal bars? You know, you can't get in most of them. They're too big, so you can't use the 2-point stop rule. Well, unfortunately, that's just the way it's going to be, and there's a couple of ways around that. We've talked about them before. If your stop has to be 3 points to get in the trade, then you want to increase your target by that extra point. If it has to be 4 points, then you'd increase your target by an extra 2 points or whatever. I mean, really, if you're reading it properly, getting a 2 or 3 point move is, I mean, look at this move here on this one. Look at that. I mean, that's down here around 28.64, and this thing runs up to 10 points before it ever even gets a minor correction. So it's not that much, you know, if you're reading it right, it's not that hard to get those extra points that you need to keep your stops in line with without breaking the rule, basically. So the other thing is to try to use limit orders, but you're going to miss your best trades. So again, I hate that I don't have time to go through all these trades. I'll back out where you can kind of look at them and see them. And you could probably argue for more. The key is the longer and further you get away from the EMA, the more riskier it gets. So you don't see, I mean, this is a huge move right here, and you don't see any entries on it. You just, it's not a good entry up here, and you don't get any more. It's too risky to be entering down here, because just about the time you say, I can't watch this go anymore, I got to enter, and you enter right here, and then it rallies on you. And so the longer and further it's been away from that EMA, the bigger the risk is on entering. Just be patient and wait. In a few minutes, you'll get another entry opportunity. So don't chase trades. Even though you may say, I wish I'd have chased it because look at it go, don't do it, because it will come back to haunt you. So I'm just trying to ease through this real slow too, so you can see where all the trades are. You can always pause the video. And again, I apologize that this video is going to be short and sweet, but I'm not doing another 30-minute video. I just don't have it in me today. So it's been a long day, and I spent a lot of time on that first one, and I have no idea what happened, but it was a software glitch, and I lost it. So I searched my whole computer, hoping maybe that it left it in a file somewhere, but I spent 30 minutes searching for it and could not find it. So another thing to note, on the way up, you got your main two-tiered channel, and then it kind of flattened out. And a lot of times you'll just continue going. You might even flatten again and keep going. But in this case, it looks like we probably really had the overshoot, which eventually led to the close outside of this two-tiered channel here, moved to a new high, then we corrected, and then we started up again. So this darker two-tiered channel is indeed valid. It's playing, but you never get a real break. Actually, you do get a break of it there before it really even gets started good. So even on this one, you got the break and a move to a new high. So you played them both out really in the same move. So even if you're saying, okay, we don't want this smaller one, it still helped you because you knew where this trend line was and where to be careful of trying to get short. So and then of course this is more of a flat than it is down, but it still has a downward bias, and then it was up real strongly from that point. So anyway, that's what I saw today. Again, I'm sorry I don't have time to go over all the trades again, and I apologize that we're getting an abbreviated chart lesson, but for whatever reason it wasn't meant to be today. So we'll be back again to do it tomorrow, and hopefully we won't have any glitches tomorrow. I apologize again. I'm done for today. This is Mac with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and we'll see you next time.